Hey, good to see you. Thanks for coming. Another episode of Wireframe brought to you by Design Systems House. I'm your host, Diane D'Amato, and today we're going to be talking about a new studio. Or it's a studio upgrade. It's not a new studio. It's the same studio, same stuff more or less that is in here. I've just made a couple of upgrades, and I'm still learning how to use these upgrades. So I was a little late to start today. I wasn't actually really kind of expecting to go live today, but I had some time to give it a shot, so I'm giving it a shot. So I've made a couple of updates in terms of the equipment here. You'll probably see this big thing that's sitting over here at the moment. I actually don't even know if the sound and the camera are actually synced up yet. I haven't even tested that either, but doing it live is all about what I do. So I'm basically testing it out live with you folks right now and seeing what's up. Again, it's a Friday night, whatever, who cares, right? But I have new cameras that are all the same camera, even though the two-shot was a lot brighter than I was expecting it to be. But that's okay. I have my host shot over here, and then we have the guest cam over here. And I also have the ability to show what's actually on the screen now pretty quickly. That's what's on the screen for the guest cam. So I kind of did that a little bit for the interviews that we did last week. So all that kind of good stuff. Additionally, if you didn't know who I was, that's me. I'm over there. There it is, right there. I have a nice little overlay that pops up to show you who I am and how to spell my name, I guess, if that's important. I don't know. So that's cool. It goes away by itself. Really nice. We can see the big computer in the back. That's what the computer looks like. There you go. And I will be able to see comments right here in the screen. You can't actually see that in here, but ultimately, that's most of the setup. The other really cool thing that's going on right now is that all three of these cameras that I have are wireless. Oh my God, so great. So great to have a lot less wires on here, a lot better, just set up overall. I do need to get the cameras charged on a regular basis, so I have some cables coming in to help me with that. But ultimately, I have what is effectively like a Stream Deck that's helping me out over here to control some of this stuff because I really like the tactile buttons. I am using a YOLO Box Extreme. YOLO Box Extreme? Yeah, this is what this is here. And if I was going to give it any kind of comments, it needs better audio routing. The audio routing on here is so subpar. Granted, it does a lot of great video stuff, which is what really got it for. But the audio is just so awful. So I had to use a small box that I have here that's going to hopefully help me out in terms of routing stuff. Additionally, you can see like my little earpieces like off because I was surprised that I went live. I had some difficulty like again going and connecting things in here. In fact, I'm not even sure if I know I'm live because I can see it here on my phone, thank goodness, but I tried to refresh the computer. My computer's running so slow today, I don't even know what's going on there. Yeah, I just wanted to do a quick kind of test of some of the stuff that's going on in here. I'm not going to test the AI today just because I need to tell it to stop at some point, and what I've been doing is like muting it, but I don't have the right muting settings, so I didn't really do that. But I do have a lot of interviews next week, so I'm kind of doing this as a quick test to make sure that like the general setup is working, like everything seems like it's looking fine, the audio is synced up, because again I don't know like the actual cameras. There's a little bit of a delay because they are wireless, so I actually don't know if the audio is setting up nicely. Hoping to, restart the computer because that thing is running really slow. So a lot of things that I still have to get done here to make everything work. But I do have some news that I want to go ahead and share that happened recently today. And the news, or not happened today, but happened this week, is that the Design System Awards were in London this week, and there were a lot of people that were nominated in the community, and there were awards that were given out. So I want to go over those awards real quick to, just kind of shout those people out. So let's go ahead and look at the categories and who won. Let's go to the computer. All right. So here we go. Best documentation went to the Evo design system over at eBay. Congratulations to them. Best collaboration, the DICE design system at Entertain and BetMGM. I know that team over there, and I actually saw a great candid photo from the team about them learning that they won, which is really great. Congratulations to them. Moving on down here, best governance, the DDS from Tesco over there in Europe. Best adoption is from the Pi design system at Just Eat Takeaway. Congratulations to those folks. Best accessibility, also Tesco. Really cool there for DDS. Award for innovation is the Paella at Thomson Reuters. Keep it moving down here. Again, my computer's running slow. Here we go. People's Choice is the Rise design system at Nutrien AG Solutions. Best article, which I have not read yet, which is When Color Meets Constraints, a guide to brand product collaboration by Ben Martin. I have not read that. I'm going to try to have an opportunity to read that at some point soon. Best talk, What to Do When Everyone Hates You and Your Design System by Diane Larson, who I believe is also at Tesco, if I remember correctly. Best podcast, The Question by Ben Callahan. Absolutely, yeah. I was actually just saying this to someone else. I think it was... what was it, last night? Yeah, I think I was speaking about this last night when I heard about this, is that Ben Callahan's podcast probably has the most guests on it in terms of all the podcasts that were nominated, and it's probably also the most prepared podcast. I don't know that for sure because I don't know what other podcasts are doing or to prepare, but I do know there's a lot of preparation that goes into it between, of course, scheduling the co-host, but also preparing the question, running the Miro board, and really I wouldn't even call it necessarily a podcast as much as it's really just a very small event because you have other people in the event that are, in the podcast that are in kind of also contributing to it. So it's more than a podcast, really. It's really pretty impressive. Let's go and continue down here, though. The next one down here is the best event, which is Into Design Systems Conference by, of course, Into Design Systems. The best plugin, Specs by Nathan Curtis from Underneath Directed Edges, which is that's been a huge thing that people have been using a lot of. And then Community Champion also is Into Design Systems. Still, congratulations on that. So those are the winners. Congratulations to all of them. I know that many of them were actually on site for the event, which is super cool. Congratulations to all the nominees, all the winners, all that kind of stuff. Looking forward to what all those folks are doing next. Again, I have to read that article for sure because it's got to be a good article if everyone voted for it, right? Cool. Other updates that I want to let you know about, absolutely join the Discord. Look, it's at the bottom now, really quick. I don't have to fuddle around with any buttons. It's right there. Join the Discord. I have been posting up a couple of different jobs and events as they come up, as I remember to post them. Additionally, if you've seen me on LinkedIn, you'll know that I did make a little bit of an open casting call, so to speak, for a designer for a design systems role. I can't really talk much about it. The person who's actually interested in hiring for that role has eyes on that post. So if you have interest in design system design for a role, take a look at that post on my LinkedIn and comment or do something on it to, of course, engage. So that they know that you're interested. That'll be cool. And that's going to basically wrap it up today. Again, really short because, again, I just want to make sure that all this stuff is working without doing like a unlisted video. I'd rather just do it live and see how it works out. And again, if it doesn't work out, then great. It's just a short one, and who knows what happened. But ultimately, thanks for watching so much. I do have an outro that's sitting over here. I'll remember it eventually, hopefully by next week when I actually have real people on this thing. Hit that like and subscribe button. It's really going to help out this show and get it in front of more people. Thank you for subscribing if you've already done so far. And play nice in the comments, and I'll see you next time. Bye.